living with dementia in Suffolk can be quite a challenge. I think there's many reasons for that. One of the reasons I think is that living in the rural community is different and more challenging. It can be a lonely place, and I think that most people in my position or our position tend to manufacture our own support, purely and simply because we think it's easier in some cases to do that. So we end up with friends and family, but it can take a long while to actually construct that on our own. And it would be great if we could access that without having to go down and jump through so many personal hurdles to get to that stage.
Being Peter's wife, it's scary, it's heartbreaking, but it can be uplifting because Peter is still very, very, very capable of doing some things which totally surprise me, and even remembering things that I've forgotten. So it's a real mixed bag of emotions. Some day it's like having a cloud over your head, and it's there, and it makes me so unhappy, and I cry in the bath. And then other days, days like this, the sun's shining, spring is breaking out, and and Peter's having a good day. So it's, I'm not going to say it's easy, but there are good days amongst the bad.
Well, I think firstly it's important to say that most people, when they're diagnosed with some form of dementia, have very little knowledge of it. We don't know about these things until they're directly in front of us. We, like most people, went down the road of 12 months of depression and a very bad place, not knowing which direction to go. We had come to a roundabout with no signposts. There was many exits from that roundabout, and we didn't know which one was the best one or even which one was the right one to take. So we just went nowhere. What that in turn I think can create is a bigger problem for the NHS, a bigger problem for Suffolk.
We should have spoke about it earlier, and we didn't, and we kept all our feelings in check, and it was I was protecting Peter from the stigma of Alzheimer's, and because we had a business, so that year of not speaking about it was really extremely difficult, and it's took me a while to learn that I must look after myself, and that's a very difficult thing to do when your partner's diagnosed, because you don't think of yourself. But I have now learned that for me it's very simple things that help me, and that is just walks and bike rides and chats with friends. And I mean, yesterday I had my nails done for the first time at my age, but it was lovely. It was, and this is the thing I must do more of. I must do more for myself so that I'm a better person and a happier person to be there for Peter. So that's what I've learned. I would just advise anybody to learn whatever they can about it, because the more you know about it, the more you can support the person that you're caring for go through it. If you're just ignorant to the whole thing and you argue with them, and you're not going to get anywhere. So you've just got to learn about it, really. That's my, I've done a few courses, but I think I've learned more by living it, really.
It seems to me that if you get any other terminal condition, you are overwhelmed with information of what to do with various cancers and things like that. But dementia doesn't seem to be that for some reason. And that has to change. If it doesn't change, things will continue to spiral out of control, and people will need care before they've had support. Let's face it, care must be more expensive than support. So let's support people the best we can. People with dementia, we have lived, we have laughed, we have cried, we have been professional people, we have been surgeons, we have been architects, we've done everything. Why are we hung out to dry once there's that diagnosis? And that's the bit that really, really needs to change.